Hey folks, and welcome to today's video. You've not woke up from a coma. No, it is almost 2022 and I am playing Doom Eternal. I'd like to highlight a couple of people from the last video in the comments section. Stiff here says that personally I've enjoyed some of the Sunday supplements from GGZII, and as long as it's an efficacious dose of Z, I'm happy. Appreciate those thoughts, mate. We have a long-time supporter in my boy Eskia. He says, I'm glad you're putting out the positive people and supportive people into the spotlight. You've got to give your most loyal viewers the props because that's why we do it. Exactly, man. It's not possible without people enjoying the content, and you've got to give them props for consistently supporting and commenting. It all helps. And lastly, special thanks to Potty Snatcher, who is always in the comments, always supporting. And he says he's really starting to be excited to watch and hear these Sunday supplements. So to hear that as a content creator, it's really motivating to know that, you know, when I'm sat here and I'm editing away and I'm thinking of things to chat about, that there is someone out there in the universe that is like, oh, I want to watch one of these. So it just makes the job a little bit easier. So I appreciate that consistent support, Snatcher, there. So why am I showcasing this video game so many years after its launch? Well, the truth is I've played so many bad video games recently from AAA developers such as Far Cry. We've had the whole Ghost Recon debacle, copy-paste-esque formulaic gameplay, and I was looking for something a bit different. I've seen tons of reviews of this game saying it graphically looks spectacular, saying that it's redefined the FPS genre, it brings back that classic FPS element with a modern twist. And I'll be honest, I've been so blasé about playing the game just because I've had such a bad experience with trusting reviews in the past that, well, I tend to just get around and form my own opinions. I pick the game I want to play and eventually I'll form my own opinion and share it. But I have a sort of tough time trusting people when they say, oh, this game is brilliant, because you'll notice a trend where every single game that comes out apparently is brilliant. So when people told me, yep, hop on Doom, it's this amazing game, I thought, I watched some footage, I thought, it looks okay. Yeah, you run around, you shoot some stuff. Okay. Boy, was I wrong. I was wrong, and I'm happy to admit I was wrong. This is the first game in many, many, many years where I feel like, wow, this is actually a video game. As in, someone made this with passion to be as smooth and as clean as it, and sort of as exciting as they possibly can be, and it's for fun. Like, I'm playing the game and I actually feel like I'm having fun. So in this game, if you've never played it and you're like me and you've completely avoided it, right, it's your demon slaying Doom game, FPS wise. Now graphically, when I watched YouTube videos, and you might think the same, when I watched YouTube videos I thought, yeah, it looks pretty sharp, but the art assets aren't that great, as in it would be some big eyeball and you think, yeah, there's an eyeball, but okay, it's not that graphically good. What this game actually does brilliantly is when you go into the game and play it, it reminds you of an older game in the sense that the art assets are, I'm not going to say low quality, but shall we say they're not like this unbelievably picture perfect photorealistic eyeball. Some games have graphics that are so real that they almost become fake because everything looks so perfect and real. What this game does fantastically is the theme of the level you're playing in. All of the components add up to build this big picture of all these like demonic structures, these red laser swords cracking open doorways, and when you actually turn up all of the graphics, it now has ray tracing on as well, which looks superb. You're just absolutely blown away by just the visuals. Again, I don't think it comes across well in YouTube videos. I've watched a few of them and thought, hey, it looks okay. It looks like every other game. When you play this game, you're like, holy shit, this is good. So you know how we just mentioned before that some games these days, AAA games, they make you go and do a boring mission for a reward, and you're only interested in the reward. The mission is kind of like, do I have to go do that? This is the opposite. So this game has a ton of replayability. You can find secrets in it like classic games, and there are different routes to take, and the sort of, there are things to find along the way, such as, a power-up, an extra life, and all of this good stuff, while still remaining this dark, gritty, basically demonic slaying FPS game. It fuses the two elements of this old school game and this new school game incredibly well. So one thing you can do, for example, is as you're going around the game, you can find these keys in these doorways, and you can choose to optionally go in them if you want. If you find it, you navigate the level and you manage to find one of these doorways and keys, you can go in it and get the reward. Now, the level you go into, which I'm going to be showing now, is this super hectic like area that you have to go and complete, and afterwards you'll get these sort of weapon, I can't think of the correct name, but kind of like weapon blueprints where you can go ahead, you can upgrade your weapons with such, you know, like your sticky grenades, shoot more, shoot often, etc. And the thing that's so good about it is you're actually just wanting to play that level because it's so hectic and so fun, and completing it feels so rewarding. You're actually not bothered about the reward that you get. You just want to beat the level. And that is so nice in a video game, to actually want to play the content. Like, it's been so rare for me to play a game and it be a joy of me actually wanting to get into the combat. So when we talk about the combat, I've seen Doom clips before, and I've seen people flicking people and shooting people and fast aiming like an old, you know, Unreal Tournament aimer kind of game. But what this game does, like, and I'm sure people are looking at me going, bro, this game's so old, how have you not seen this? What this game does so well is it is unbelievably fluid. Like, I've not played a game like it. I've literally not played a game like it. So you have dashes, you have double jumps, you have climb ups, you have all these different movement abilities that suit the game perfectly. You can duck and dive out of everything, and when you chain your movement, it feels unreal, and it feels perfectly smooth, but not floaty, not... It doesn't feel like, you know, some games, they're so modern and so smooth that it feels a bit like unnatural. It just completely nails it. So you've got this incredible movement system going on, such as, you know, you might double jump, do a double dash, collect a dash in the air, do another dash, go inside of a portal, sticky bomb an enemy, go back through the portal, like do some crazy stuff to survive. And here's where the game really ramps up in terms of enjoyability for me, is that's what it's about. It's about entirely surviving. So the premise of the game is obviously get through all of the levels, smash your way through a ton of demons, right, and progress. But the idea is you have to go as fast as you can, almost, because the enemies go up and up and up. Now, I played this on, I believe, Nightmare difficulty. There's one more, I believe, maybe even two more. But it was a challenge. It was a really good challenge, unlike some games that come out where you can stand still, Far Cry, and it completes the game for you. Now, that's not to say you can't just turn the difficulty down and enjoy yourself. You can do, but if you want that challenge, it's there, and boy, is it there. So you can have a whole swarm of enemies on screen, and the idea is you get them kind of low, they begin to flash, you can execute them, ton of goods will pop out, ammo, shields, HP, charge for your abilities, fuel for your chainsaw. So the idea is you're getting low, and instead of running away and regenerating health, you commit in, kill the enemy, get a load of HP, and survive that way. And that is such a joy. It's such a joy for the game to make you want to plow into the content rather than run away from it. So you've probably seen some clips on screen of me constantly chaining some executions to survive in this level. And it seems so funny to me that I've just never picked up on this game, because having played it, it seems like my kind of game. Incredibly fluid, incredible graphics, nice storyline to go along the way, incredibly smooth mechanics, and it just feels right. And it's so nice to play a game that just feels right. It doesn't feel half-baked, unfinished, season pass coming out soon, you know. It feels like it's there, it's ready, it's completed, it's just superb. It's the problem I was having, if I was to surmise this game, was the R key is a kind of breathing fire situation kind of skill. And I was pressing R to reload. You don't reload in this game. It is literally about chaining guns, chaining combos, swapping weapons, and we haven't even talked about the level design. So the way the levels work, which has been the most joyful thing apart from like the unbelievable combat, is the level that you get dropped into. You obviously have to fight your way through a load of demons to get the checkpoint, but the actual level isn't some sort of linear level where you walk from point A to point B. It's sort of a map. it's sort of like a vertical map that you explore, which has different placements of like ammo, HP, shields, all this stuff right going on. It has gravity lifts, maybe it's got some boxes that you can explode, it's got portals, all this stuff, right? And you fight your way through this vertical map, going back, up, down, and you just have to survive. So you're traversing this map over and over and over again, doing different loops. Maybe you find a little route that you like, you might launch yourself off into the lava, catch onto a bar, swing, then go into a lift into the portal, and then escape, and then you might run that route a couple of times, and then you might decide to run up the level and come down the level. And once you've slayed all the monsters, you then kind of have a bit of an explore, and then you go from point A to point B to continue the mission. It's incredibly, incredibly well done. Again, I'm so pleased that I managed to get this game on the Game Pass and give this a go. I'm playing on the PC with the PC Game Pass, because I probably wouldn't have purchased it because I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it looks like an FPS game. There's some shooting there, you know, but having now played it and given it the chance, you know, it's been an absolutely superb game. And I'm sure you in the comments below will be like, how have you not played this game? I know this game's brilliant. You've been sleeping on it. I know. But I just wanted to put out there that I've played the game. I thought it was an absolute joy to play. Just, again, the way the levels flow, the way you play the level how you want, the combat, the chaining of skills, the smoothness. Like, I can't tell you, the second that guy becomes available to execute, you press that button, you launch yourself into him, and then you're kicked out, and then you can play. It's not like you're locked into some clunky Gears of War slow animation. The game wants you to plow into more and more enemies. It doesn't want you to run away and regen, and it wants you to explore. It feels like a video game that, for once, has been actually designed by gamers that enjoy video games and want to sit down and actually have fun. Like, you can play one single level of this for an hour, 20 minutes, however long it takes you to complete, maybe even just a portion of a level like a checkpoint. You can sit down and play that and have an absolute blast. Whereas with these other AAA modern games, you can play for 2 to 3 hours to get to that one little bit of content or that one enjoyable gameplay loop. This game is very brave in a way. It throws you immediately into the combat loop on level 1, and it continues throughout the whole game. So why I say it's brave is a lot of games hide their combat loop for as long as possible, because once you get into the combat loop and you begin to play and play and play it, players get bored and they're like, okay, I feel like I've got the combat loop now, I'm going to leave. This game was like, no, we're so fluid, so fast, so enjoyable that we're going to show you how Doom plays from level 1, and you're going to keep playing it all the way until the end. It's not like, oh, here's a walking cutscene, then there's some exploring, now here's a crazy section, and then you do some more exploring, and then as you're going along, you're thinking, oh, I wish there was some more of that crazy action. No, the game is like, this is Doom, this is what we're doing, enjoy it. And yeah, it's just been an absolute blast, and I thought I'd share that with you. If there are any other gems of games that I'm missing out on, please do comment below. Consider subscribing, heading over to the live section of things and checking out as I'll be playing through this. That's it from me. Take it easy, everyone. Have a great day. Can't believe I was sleeping on this game for so long.